Good morning, vlog! So today we are going venue hunting and Lee is rolling his eyes at me. But of course we gotta start off with taking care of our little munchkin. And yeah. So what are you showing? Why?
Her,
Oh, okay.
the main star of this.
Anyways, he's gonna go turn in an application and do some other stuff. But yeah, I will show you what I can show you. Let you know.
Hi, Baba.
OOTD and unplanned swimming. What are you doing? You know, that can be, people can be offended by that. We've had an eventful day. I took a nap, so that's why my hair is a mess. But, so we looked at that venue, and we really like it for the reception, but I don't really care for it for the wedding. The way it's set up is like, and I think it would be more expensive to have the wedding there, and if I'm not in love with the setup, that's kind of stupid. Ugh. But, then after that, we realized my ring was not going to work out. No. And we're house hunting right now on the internet, but we, oh goodness. Oh, my ring, it kept getting caught on stuff and like snagging furniture, pulling hair, cut him. You want to show your little cut? Yeah, like, I'm not even sure how I did that, but it was just becoming a problem. So I ended up bringing it into the store and trading it in, and we ended up getting a different ring and my wedding band for half the price of that ring, and it looks more like me too. So I'm excited about that. We're a little stressed because we're trying to figure out this whole wedding thing. I don't know if we're going to do it this year, next year, or the following year. I'm pretty sure it'll either be this year or 2 years from now. The in-between just doesn't seem like it would make much sense because it's an awkward amount of time for us. And so the house hunting, he decides to show me different ones, and you know, I pick out some without looking at the price, right? And we have it as any price. He ends up falling in love with a $2.4 million house.
Actually, I'd rather have the $750,000 house.
I'm getting to that. So then I pick out one that I like. I don't love it, but you know, I like it, and it's $1.2 million. And then he shows me another, and I thought we were done with looking at expensive houses that we can't afford. And he shows me the $750,000 one, which is still really expensive. And I, of course, fall in love with it, and I think he did too. And I'm like, but I want it so bad, and we can't have it, and now I'm sad. Just kidding, but yeah. So I'm going to do a little update. We had a certain idea of how we wanted our ceremony to go, and that's just not going to work the way we wanted it to. Nobody will do it the way we want it, and I got told it's because of my age. I'm 18. They asked if our parents approved. Yep. And he's not 18, he's older. We have a baby together. Doesn't really matter. I'm not like mad about it. Whatever. Things just, we're having a lot of issues with trying to plan. I started getting really stressed out about the planning, and it just became too much to the point where it was no longer fun to plan. So for right now, we have a lot of other things we have to focus on. So instead of focusing on wedding planning, we're just going to have a longer engagement and focus on just being happy and working on our relationship and preparing ourselves for marriage and taking care of our baby. And planning a wedding right now is just not working out. So we're just putting that on pause for a minute and focusing on us. Also, I got a different ring. Can you even even see it. We also got my wedding band. I don't know if it came in yet though. But we actually, so what happened is the one that I picked out, it was literally my dream engagement ring. I loved it so much. But for mom life, it was not practical. So for one thing, it had a lot of sharp edges and kept cutting things. It scratched my baby. It literally cut him. Pulling my hair, I don't know if I said that yet. Got caught on everything, was snagging furniture. I was really scared it was gonna end up pulling the diamonds out. So finally I was like, man, this ring is making me miserable. I don't even wanna wear it. So we take it to the jewelry store and ended up trying to find another ring that I would work out better for me. I decided I wanted to go with a more minimalistic look because honestly, I don't know what it is about me, but I've just not been much of a jewelry person. Becoming a mom has changed me in a lot of ways, but the whole blinginess, it was a little too blingy for my liking. Pre-mom me loved blingy and loved it to like, I don't know, but I wanted something more minimalistic. So we looked at a bunch of them, spent like 2 hours there, and then they ended up showing me this one. And I was down between this one and this other one that had like 2 bigger diamonds, but I was like, well, this one's more minimalistic. And the other one we would have had to get a custom band. We got a custom band, we would have had to get a custom band like that shaped weird, and I didn't like that idea. And I thought about the cost of it because I didn't end up finding out the cost because, well, we do all of our budgeting and finances and stuff, like I do it. So, of course I have to know about the cost of different things. And this ring and the band was like half the price of the original ring. So then that money actually helped us out a lot getting half of that back because he was able to pay off other bills. I also love this ring so much more. It's a lot more comfortable, and it's not causing any problems, and it's not like too much because even though I thought the ring was so pretty and like my dream engagement ring, I figured out that it just was not me. And if you didn't know this already, I picked out my engagement ring either way. Like, I already knew all the stuff because I picked it out originally. The reason that happened was just because he had no idea what to get, and he wanted me to, so I did. I know some people don't really believe in that, but that doesn't really matter though because it was about what we wanted, and that's what we wanted. Back to the whole wedding planning process. We checked out a venue. We loved the venue. But the problem was we wanted to do the ceremony and have the reception at the same place. We didn't have to do a bunch of traveling, but we also wanted to be able to take pictures there. We wanted to be able to do everything at one spot because if you know me, you know that driving is not my thing. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. I avoid driving at all costs. I don't mind being in the car, except now with my baby, I get a little anxious about it. I don't like being in the car that much. Not that big of a deal. But I didn't want to make the guests have to travel either. So I wanted to do it all at one place. I didn't mind doing the ceremony at a different place, but I wanted to be able to do it like 2 separate areas, but at the same venue, if that makes sense. So the place that we checked out for the reception venue was perfect for the reception. It was a little pricey, but like it saved money in other ways, in my opinion, and it had a lot of benefits to it. We could do the ceremony there, but it wasn't even an arch. It was like this like box kind of thing, arch. I don't really know how to say it. That was it. It was outside, and there was just grass around it. And they wanted to charge a certain amount for that, and I just felt it was bizarre that they charged so much for literally a piece of like wood. That didn't include chairs, that didn't include anything. There wasn't an aisle thing, nothing. And it's outside. So I was like, I'm okay with an outside thing, but then if we would have got stuck having it inside, there was literally no like aisle or anything, and what the setup was not going to work. So I loved it for the reception, and I was pretty set on it for the reception actually, but I couldn't figure out the ceremony thing, which is actually what we had issues with in general. But I was just not okay with how the ceremony was going to go. It was not working out. The reception was, but then it all came down to like financial things too, and it was like, well, this is stressing me out more than it needs to. So I just took a step back from it, and we will start again with that eventually, I'd assume, but right now we're just kind of taking a step back. So that's kind of my wedding update.